I think it's going.
It'll be.
It's going. Live stream's
It'll
going.
have to be like this for the whole time. So are we? What's first?
Hello and welcome to the CineManiacs here on your station, your voice, the Galaxy Radio. It's Wednesday night, and you know what that means. It's time to review some movies. Movies, yes. So let's see who we got on the show tonight, shall we?
I'm Brendan.
I'm Steven.
And I'm Levi, and we are the CineManiacs. How are we doing tonight, guys?
Pretty good.
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 I spent money.
I did too.
I spent more money than you.
You did.
I'm sad.
Well,
it's your own fault.
you made a decision.
I did make a decision. For those of you that don't know, I bought Captain America: The Winter Soldier and Avengers: Age of Ultron on Blu-ray so I can finish my collection of Marvel movies.
Yeah. And I spent money to help pitch in for our weekly grocery shopping.
Yep. Steven was there.
He was.
Yeah.
He was smart and didn't buy anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good for you.
This is
Tell everybody that you nodded, for those who can't see us.
Yeah, you're right.
Tell them you nodded.
I nodded.
Okay.
There you go.
Could have just said yes, I was there with you.
Like, what?
So I could have just said yes, I was there with you guys. I didn't buy anything.
I mean,
You
you
were
could.
with us. You didn't buy anything. Well, congratulations to you. Anyways.
Anyways,
What's on the lineup for today?
No PSA, I can tell you that.
Yeah, there's.
PSA's still aren't up.
No
No.
PSAs are up.
They're all gone now, I guess.
I know. I know. It's okay.
Oh,
Think
well.
about it this way, guys. We have 3 weeks left of this radio show.
Yeah. For the semester.
So next semester.
And one of those weeks, that last week,
It's finals.
we get to review Infinity War.
We do. And the only reason why we get to review Infinity War is because they moved it up a week.
Yeah! I'm excited, guys. I'm so excited.
I know you. We both know you.
They had a big standee. Whenever me and Steven went to the movies this weekend, they had a big
Yesterday?
standee. Oh, you're right. That was yesterday. They had a big standee that said IMAX, and the A was the Avengers logo, and all the characters were in the letters. Yeah.
You didn't take
Yeah.
a picture of it.
I didn't take a picture of it. You're right. That's alright. I'll take a picture of it this weekend.
Was it after the ticket stand?
It was
After.
before.
No,
It was
it was
before
just
the ticket
after.
stand.
What?
It was
No, it was
before.
after.
It was like a bit of a both.
Yeah, I guess.
Guys,
What?
was it after you give it to the guy to rip your ticket or before you give it?
It was after.
I think it was
No.
before.
Steven, it was after.
Why?
Tell you what, I'm gonna go to the movies tomorrow, not see a movie, and I'm gonna walk in. And if I have to give the guy my ticket,
Steven,
to rip,
it was after because the one before it was For a Quiet Place.
Oh yeah, you're right. So it's probably after.
So you're telling me I gotta go see a movie to see the giant cutout?
Yes.
Or he might be wrong and it might be before.
I'm not wrong.
We can. Yeah.
I'll figure it out tomorrow. I'm going to movies again tomorrow anyway.
You are.
Yeah, I'll see you Ready Player One tomorrow.
Finally.
It's only been 2 weeks since it came out.
You're late.
Yeah, I know.
Okay.
But my tickets are free because they're still from the contest.
That's right.
So I'm using them.
Yeah.
Also, you realized last week I had zero time to myself to go see a movie.
That's true.
Why I wasn't even on the show last week.
You're right. This is right.
So,
Yeah, Steven's back here, but we forgot to mention. We forgot
Last
to say
week was
that.
so long.
It was.
Last week was such a long week.
It was a long week.
And this is going to be a long night. We started a little bit late.
Yeah, let's get what are we talking about tonight for movies?
All right. So, do you want it?
I was just gonna say that the theme of the movie that we're reviewing is it revolves around A Quiet Place because
Yep.
you two saw that.
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
So, the movies that we'll be reviewing for the first half are Sunrise, which was, what was it, Levi? The second movie to win Best Picture at the Oscars, which is a silent movie.
Yeah.
The Artist, which is also a silent movie.
Yep.
And Hush, which is on Netflix right now, and it revolves around a woman who is deaf. Then for the second half, we'll be reviewing Denis Villeneuve's film Sicario, because it stars Emily Blunt. 13 Hours, because it stars John Krasinski. And then we'll finally end the night by reviewing A Quiet Place, which stars both Emily Blunt and John Krasinski.
Yeah. Husband and wife.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Right.
I want to jump right into
Yeah,
it?
the reason why we're reviewing the movies that we're reviewing is because
You already said
they revolve around like A Quiet Place. Like Sunrise and Artist are silent films, and The Quiet Place.
He already said
I
that.
literally just said that whenever I listed
No,
off.
you did.
Yes, he did.
He said the movies, but he didn't say like why we're reviewing.
He said what they're about and like that they're silent films.
Yeah, but then we're reviewing
Levi, just start the
Sicario in 13 Hours because that stars Emily Blunt. And
Levi,
I
start-
said that!
No, you did.
Yes, he did. Levi just start the
Start with
review.
Sunrise.
Start the review, Levi.
Did you really say that?
Yes.
Yes,
Whenever
he
you
did.
watch the live stream, whenever we're done with this, you'll see that.
I don't think you said that.
Okay.
Levi, just start the review.
And then we're doing Hush because it kind of like revolves around
A
right?
deaf woman.
There we go. Yeah, just like Quiet.
I don't know if he's joking or not.
I'm not joking. I
Just start reviewing
Start.
Sunrise.
Start reviewing Sunrise.
Whoa. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, the movie Sunrise. It's the second film ever to win Best Motion Picture because the very first Oscar ceremonies. I'm really tired tonight, everybody. If you couldn't tell, I'm gonna try and stop yawning as much as I can, but I'm sorry. I'm really tired.
I can
Anyways,
tell.
yeah, I'm yawning in the mic. Yeah. Sunrise was the. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No? Keep
Sunrise was the second film to win Best Motion Picture because it came out in the year 1927, just like the very first film ever to win Best Motion Picture, Wings did. And there were two Best Picture winners that year. One for like technical Best Picture winner and one for artsy Best Picture winner. And Wings won the technical Best Picture, and Sunrise won the artsy Best Picture. And Wings won before Sunrise was announced. That's why Wings is considered the very first film ever to win Best Picture, and Sunrise is considered the second. And then the following year, for 1928, there was a break, and there were no Academy Awards for that year. And then we resumed for 1929.
So what's this movie about?
Sunrise?
Yeah.
It's about a man and a woman. And the man is a farmer. They both live like on a farm. And he's a farmer who is having an affair or is in love or liking another woman other than his wife. And his wife and farmer and his wife go across the river because they live across the river from like the town. And in the town, there's a carnival going on. There's like a fair going on, and they go to the fair, to the carnival, to like have a good time, to enjoy themselves and whatnot, have fun. And while he's there is when he realizes that there's a scene where they go to a church, and he realizes that he loves his wife more than what he thought, and that he shouldn't be having an affair. So, I mean, they go back across the river after the carnival and fair and have a good old time, and then that's when she finds out that he was having an affair with another woman. Yeah. With credits, like all movies.
Oh my
They
What does she do after she finds out he has an affair?
live happily ever after.
She doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
She's just like, oh, I'm glad you love me again.
Exactly. This film won Best Motion Picture.
For artsy reasons, not technical.
Dang.
Like wings.
Yeah. Uh-huh. That's like saying, that's like saying the Shape of Water wins Best Picture for artsy reasons, and Dunkirk wins Best Picture for technical reasons.
And if those were still a thing, that probably would have been what happened.
Yeah, but it's not a thing. Anyway.
What are your thoughts on the movie?
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
That's
so why
basically-
did this movie stick out?
That's basically what Sunrise is about. The reason why I've seen this movie, the reason why I own this movie is because I wrote a paper over it in History of Film last year. It's Fritz Lang. No, it's not Fritz Lang. It's Murray. F.R. Murray.
F.W. Morale.
That's what it is. It's him. F.W. Morale. It's his movie. And I wrote a paper over the movie for History of Film. It's a really, really good movie.
For now.
It's the only, aside from The Artist, it's the only silent film ever to win Best Picture. So, yeah, that's something. So funny enough, we're also reviewing The Artist, the only two films ever to win Best Picture that are silent films. So, but Sunrise is a really, really good movie. I really like Sunrise, and I kind of want to rewatch it. It does a good job with like showing crowd scenes and whatnot. It does a really good job showing how much we value others in our lives and how much we express the value of others in our lives. So I really enjoyed it for that reason. I kind of do want to rewatch it. It's really good. Really good for an artsy film, like back in the day, 1927. It was pretty, yeah, it was pretty good. I watched this movie about a year ago, and that was the only time I watched it. It's in the regular aspect ratio of like 35 millimeter. So there's that. It's black and white. Can't remember the stars' names, but that's all right.
Janet Gaynor played the wife.
Yeah.
George O'Brien played the man. Margaret Livingston played the woman from the city.
Cool. Nobody remembers those stars anymore because we were all.
None of us were alive.
None of us were alive, and we're all too young for that time period to remember it. So
Still good to keep on this
it is.
So what's your rating?
Wow.
Or is there anything else you want to say about the movie?
Check it out.
Oh my.
It's the second film ever to win Best Picture. I mean, sure, it's a silent film. Sure, yeah, it's a silent film. So don't let that like turn you away just because we're used to talkies and color rather than black and white. And you don't recognize a single person in this film, not even back in the day. With like Clark Gable and Vivian Lee. But it's pretty good for its time. I say go check it out. Rating for Sunrise. I give Sunrise an 8.2.
Dang.
It's good. It's very, very good. It's only an hour and a half too, so it's not like a total waste of time if that's what you're thinking. That's Sunrise. Awesome.
Next is the artist.
Next is The Artist.
You want to do that since I just did it, or
Do you remember it?
do you
review it?
remember?
I remember a little bit, but not enough to like fully do like thought.
That's okay. I can do it then. If that's yeah. So The Artist. is
right back into it, Levi.
The Artist is the second film of only two to win Best Motion Picture. This movie did not come out in 1927, though. No. This movie came out in 2011. Yes. When it was color, and it was talkies. And that's right, it's a black and white silent made by a French film. And stars pretty heavily French cast. So,
And then John Goodman.
Yeah.
I know. Anyways.
Not everyone does.
Uh-huh.
What's it about?
It's about an artist. Now am I rating? No. No. The Artist. It goes back.
What?
Nothing.
Are you just going to spoil the movie for yourself?
No, I'm not spoiling the movie. Plus, I already saw the ending. Whenever I watched the ending with you when I was waiting on you to finish.
Is it stuff you can talk about on break?
Yes.
Okay.
Does this relate to the movie or what?
It is related to the movie, but I'll talk about it on break.
Okay.
Okay. Somebody got accused. Hey, I knew it. Was it? It's his driver, right? James Cromwell? No?
Is it the main star?
Don't do that.
Is it the dog?
The dog's dead. You didn't know that, did you? Iggy the dog's dead.
It's Uggy.
Uggy the dog's dead.
No.
Yeah, he died about like 2 years ago or so.
Well,
Sad.
well then.
We've dealt with enough sadness. I'll tell you guys on break.
Okay. No, so even though the movie takes place in 2011, we go back to 1927. George Valentine. He's this mega movie star. He's this big movie star. He's a silent. We're back in 1927, so that's a silent era of films. Silent films, black and white silent films, 35mm aspect ratio. All right. And John Dujardin plays George Valentine, who's this big like blockbuster star, movie star, and there's this girl, Peppy Miller, and she's young, and she wants to be a movie star too, and she runs into George Valentine, and he kind of helps her get like started up on her feet and whatnot, gives her a few tips. But as we go on in the story, talkies start to come about, and George Valentine refuses to believe in the talkies. All right, he refuses to believe in the talkies, just as Steven Spielberg refuses to believe in Netflix getting nominated for Oscars. All right. So, John Goodman, who plays the head of the studio, Kinograph Studios. He plays the head.
Hal Zimmer?
Al Zimmer.
Oh.
Cool. Plays the head of the studio. And he's like, don't you laugh, George. Don't you laugh. Don't you put this off. That's the future, George. Talkies are the future. And George is like, that's the future. I don't want it. And so things turn out bad for Georgie because people do want talkies. And guess who stars in these talkies? Peppy Miller, the young girl that he started helping out. And so, as her career goes up, his career goes down. Because everybody wants to see these new faces. They want to see fresh faces. And so the years go on. We go on to 1929, which everybody knows what happened in 1929, right? And don't say because you looked at your phone, but you know what happened. We know what happened in 1929, right? Stock market crashes.
That's right.
Yeah, stock market crashes. And so, because of that, George Valentine, because nobody will fund his movies, he makes a movie of his own. That's a silent film. Nobody's funding it, obviously, because they want talkies. And because of that stock market crash, the movie's not a big hit. Then he goes broke. Well, guess what? The movie's not a big hit. He goes broke. So, but he continues to try to show that silent film, like he can still be a star with being a silent actor, but that's just not the case, and you have to adapt to change in the industry, even when you don't want to. So yeah, just like all the boys, the older boys out there still use film and they're not transitioning to digital.
I was gonna say that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's basically what the artist is about. Show business. Steven, you got anything to contribute, or you just want to jump into what you think of the movie?
I'll just jump in.
Okay.
When I first saw this movie when I was in high school, I was a junior, and it was from my film class that I was taking. So we were just like we watched movies, just like talk about them a little bit. And
you were junior in high school?
when I watched this movie.
Oh, when you watched.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant when this movie came out. I was like, that's not right.
I was gonna say you were a freshman in high school.
Yeah, I watched this when I was a junior.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, and I had it was my first time watching it. I never really heard about it, and I watched it, and it was an alright movie. Like I enjoyed it. Like I enjoyed it more than like some of the movie that we watched in that class, like Gravity.
Hey man, Gravity. I like the artist better than Gravity, but Gravity's still a good one.
Gravity's slow and kind of boring to me.
Continue with your review of the artist.
And so we watched it, and I enjoyed it. I was never really like one to be interested in like silent movies like that.
Yeah.
So when I watched it, I got like really invested to it and really enjoyed it, and just like I don't know, I like the fact they did the entire movie like now when like people were all like about like movies that require dialogue, like people talking to one with each other, and like had like this entire movie made in 2011 about just like the silent film, and it still like had the same impact that it does like that it did back then with like people. I really. What else I really enjoyed about the movie? It's a pretty good film overall. I enjoyed the acting in the film. Pretty good acting. It was just pretty much just silence. But
yeah, no.
it's a good movie.
It is.
Dog was really good too.
Dog's dead.
I know, you told me. Still, dog's good in the movie.
The dog plays good in the movie.
And that's all I gotta say.
I want you to know I found a picture of the dog and he's holding an Oscar. That's his IMDb.
I know.
Pictures him holding an Oscar.
I know.
Actually, wait, that's not an Oscar.
It's like a Golden Globe.
Yeah, it's a Golden Globe, I think.
What do you think? What are your thoughts on the movie, Levi?
I think The Artist is a really good movie. It's a very good movie. Going back to the golden age of Hollywood and black and white silent films, and for the coming out during this time, it's different from everything else. Being in color and talkies, so I feel like it's almost underappreciated because people again are turned away from it because of it being a black and white silent film. So I think more so being a silent film, people don't care for silent films. I guess they feel like they're boring because there's no talking. They just have to watch the entire time. That's what a movie's supposed to be. You watch. It's all visual. So it's fun. So it's good in that regard, and I really like it. I agree with you. The acting from all of them is good. That's why he won Best Actor, Jean Dujardin, for this movie. Yeah, won 5 Oscars. Was nominated for 10. Won Best Picture, and I just really enjoy it because it goes back to what the golden age was like for Hollywood in the film industry, and it shows the change. Because I didn't realize or I didn't know like how big the change was from silent films to talkies in the industry. So this movie like demonstrated like what was the change? I am so sorry. What the change was. So it's good in that regard. And then of course there's the little bits of sound in the film to show like he has nightmares about how his career is over. Because everything's making sound around him and he's not. And shows a good bond of friendship what friends do for each other, sticking out for one another. She sticks out for him, even though like his career is over, and he's like, "Why are you doing this? Why are you doing this for me?" And she's like, "Because I want to help you. I care for you. You were like, he was the reason why she wanted to be like a movie star. He's the reason why she's where she's at in her career is because of him. And so it's heartbreaking for her to see him at the stage that he's at in his life, being down on his luck, being broke, and just in not a good spot, being in a very bad spot in his life. And so because he helped her get back up, because he helped her get started in the industry, she wants to do something for him to help him get back up on his feet. Because, I mean, like, would any of us, like, would you do that for Daniel Radcliffe, Steven? Or, like, would you do that for Robert Downey Jr.?
Do what?
Like, if they started your career in the industry,
Oh,
and
yes,
then
I would
they're
help
down
them.
on their luck.
Oh, yes, I would help them.
Yeah. Well, you would help Downey Jr., yeah.
Of course I would.
If he helped you, yeah. So, yeah, so it does a good job showing that in that regard. But everybody else is pretty good. I feel like it's underappreciated and it needs to be watched more. People need to be more aware of it and watch it. My brothers both liked it, and they thought they were going to be bored out of their mind watching it when I first like showed it to them or introduced it to them. But the first time I watched it was also their first time they ever watched it, and I convinced them enough to be like, "Yo, watch the movie," and then they both really ended up liking it. I was like, see, you gave it a try. Yeah, so
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry, I'm tired AF. But I bless you. Oh no, you're yawning. I thought you
Yeah,
were
we're yawning
listening.
because of you.
I'm sorry. Yeah.
So
It what?
Continue.
Oh no, just that. Yeah, so you need to give it a shot because you might end up liking it. My brothers end up liking it. Like every time I go home now, like sometimes they'll be like, I really want to watch The Artist again, whatever. So, watch The Artist. You need to give it a try.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
I know. You need to give it a try.
I will give it a try.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll give it a try. I don't own it, so
I do. And then I watched it. You went to Pedro's instead.
I don't remember. Yeah, but there was a reason I went to Pedro's, I think.
What day?
It was the day we got back from seeing Black Panther.
I think that was so that we could talk about Black Panther.
Yeah, that
with
was.
him,
That was fun.
because we wanted to see his thoughts on it.
No, yeah, I don't remember. Whatever.
Whatever.
What?
So because like I was saying like I don't remember. I'm like I don't think he saw the movie at that point.
Wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
you got anything else, Steven?
No, I have my rating.
All right. Keep in mind, this movie's made by the Weinstein Company. Now continue with your rating.
That's what I was gonna say.
What? Yeah,
that
it
was
was
It
made
big
by the
on
Weinstein
was
Company.
produced by it was done by the Weinstein Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wasn't gonna say.
My rating is like a 7.7.
Oh shit! Really? Nice.
I like the movie.
That's good.
It's past 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know. I was watching the time. Cool. I give The Artist a solid 8. 8.0 out of 10. It's very good. Scores really good.
What did you say, Steven?
I was saying like I'm doing this. I get myself ready to like
Hush.
look up stuff to get confused on.
For Hush?
Yeah.
I already have Hush pulled up.
Well, he needs it.
Alright.
Yeah, I give The Artist a solid 8.0. The score in this film is probably the one thing that stands out the most, I feel. Would you agree, Steven?
That's separate.
Cool, yeah. The score and the dog. Who's now dead. Alright, now.
Gotta keep bringing it up, don't you?
God, just rub salt in the wound, why don't you?
I love that dog.
You're sure aren't acting like it.
Hush is our next movie, everybody, and
Yes.
it's just Brendan and Steven, because I have no idea what this movie is about or what it is.
Hush
So
is a very low budget film.
Okay.
It's
The
Basically,
budget was
it's
$1 million.
an indie film.
Yeah.
very indie.
It didn't really catch a following until it was put on Netflix.
Oh yeah.
Because it was like It's not considered an Netflix original, but it was only released. It's only been released on Netflix.
Yeah.
Because it premiered in at South by Southwest.
Yeah.
Really?
One day.
I'll be there.
But do you want to do the story, or do you want me to?
I can do this for a little bit. If I need help, I'll let you know.
Okay.
So it stars Kate Siegel, who plays an author, not an
Arthur.
And Arthur, every day when you're walking down the street.
An author who lives in a cabin by herself, who's like in a cabin by herself. Cause I'm pretty sure she has a writer's block at the moment.
Yeah.
So she's in the cabin, like she gets a visit from her like friend, family for a little bit.
You didn't bring up the fact that she's deaf.
I was going to get to that.
Oh.
And
I
that
thought
she
you
is,
forgot.
and that she's deaf.
I didn't think you forgot. I just thought you weren't going to mention that.
Why would I not mention that? That's the most important part of this film.
I don't know.
Tell you what. You continue with your synopsis.
Yes.
How about this? Anytime somebody gives a synopsis, let them fully go with it, and if that person leaves something out, then the other two can contribute to what they left out.
Yeah. So she plays an author who's deaf and is currently secluded herself to get rid of her writer's block, and she's there, and while she's there, of course she's in the middle of the woods, and there are just some odd, there's just a little weird, little odd when things happening outside of her cabin.
So
And as you realize, as the audience realizes, there is someone that plans to break into her house. She does not know this because she can't hear the glass breaking, can't hear him walking inside, because I'm pretty sure he does, because he doesn't know it. He doesn't know at first because he breaks in as
is this a quiet place?
No.
It sounds like it, but there's no sound.
Yeah. He breaks in and then realizes why is she not doing it? Why is she not responding at all? And then you realize that she's deaf and decides to mess with her for a while before attempting to finally kill her. But little does he know that she's a very resourceful woman, and once she realizes what's going on, very much plans her way to defend herself through the night. And it's very entertaining to watch. It's a very entertaining film to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like we said, the film has some dialogue in it coming from her her sister or best friend when they're there at first. But the rest of the movie is pretty much
Well,
there are some aspects of where
a lot of it has sound because it's emphasizing that she can't hear it.
Yeah.
So we hear all the noise that she makes whenever she's walking because we're like, stop being so loud! But she doesn't know that she's being loud.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, there is a lot of sound. Dialogue is kind of, there's a little less dialogue in it, but there also is a good use of sign language in this film as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it's very fun. It's very fun to watch. It's very thrilling and exhilarating. It's very, very, very fun to watch.
Mm-hmm.
As been a while since I've seen it, so I'll have to watch it again. I only watched it
twice.
I watched it once when it first came out because it was all over Facebook being oh my god, this is the scariest film in a very long, scariest film ever that people are watching. And me being me, knowing people aren't right when they say their opinions like that, watched it. They were wrong, but I still enjoyed the film a lot more than I thought. So
it's kind of like how I say when a movie's bad and I don't need to go see it. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, but
here?
Steven actually watches it to make sure that it's bad.
Also,
you.
yeah. I'm personally if it's hyped up, I'll either wait for the hype to die out and watch it on my own, or see it when the hype is right and then post my potentially unpopular opinion and have people not like my opinions
Until 10 years later.
Yeah. Like right now, the opinion of I don't like Thor Ragnarok. All three of us in this room really don't care for the movie.
Yeah.
And it's a very, very unpopular opinion.
It is. Just like it's an unpopular opinion that Justice League's better than Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, you're right.
Which we all. Did you agree with that, or did you not?
Who's asking you?
Oh, I thought you were asking him.
Oh no, I know.
You looked at him when you said it.
No, I wasn't. I was looking at you the whole time.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I would say they're both. I would say like they're kind of both equal, but I do. I don't know. Like
I mean, one has. One's a mess.
The other one's also a mess.
It is, but they're a mess for different reasons. One's a mess like technical and like story wise. The other is a
Character
wise. Character wise, and the fact that the movie itself is just goofy. I feel like it can't take itself seriously.
Yeah. Let's get back to Hush.
Yeah. Let's hush up about
this movie
these
is
stupid
not.
people.
This night is not about.
No.
That'll be in a couple weeks. Yeah, I realize.
It says it's still available.
Continue, Steven.
So it's fine.
Okay, but I guess I'll just go into my thoughts on it. When I watched it, like I said, I didn't expect a whole lot from it. Just like, and as I watched it, I was very much surprised on how it was. Like, Kate Siegel plays a very good character, like a very resourceful woman who knows, like, it takes her a lot to figure out what's happening. She quickly adapts to the situation that she's in and like works her way out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And like she like learns, she kind of like learns on the fly of like how to handle some things that like the killer like might like leave around in like the house. Like there's one good moment where she's where the killer comes in and like has used a crossbow, and then she drops it, and there's like a really intense moment where she's like setting it up while he's like coming around the corner.
Yeah.
And of course she can't hear him, so she's like trying to be as quiet as possible now, but like just trying to like set it up and like try to use it. And it's a very like it's a kind of intense scene that works out really well, and just like the film's just very very good, like with its like action. It reminded me of the movie that came out the year before called You're Next, which is pretty much like kind of like the exact same thing. I like You're Next.
Oh.
Guess what?
What?
I don't even know what Your Next is. I haven't even heard of seeing that movie.
It went around for a little bit because people were surprised on how like different it was than most horror movies.
I thought it was goofy.
I thought it. I mean, it's goofy. It has some goofy moments in it, but I think it's really good for really like the better points of it. But
you know what else was goofy?
Thor.
That and one of the sets I was on this past week.
Wow.
All right.
Wow.
Someone's a little upset.
No, that's not bad. It's not. I was just saying.
This is not the platform for that.
Back to Hush. Like I was saying, very much enjoyed the film. Had some really good moments. Acting was good. The action in it was very good. Just like really enjoyed the movie as a whole. So that's all I had. I was finishing up my statement before
I'm sorry. No, you're right. I'm wrong. I was rudely interrupted, and I should not have. I'm sorry.
Oh, it confused me for like a quick second.
No, this is my friend.
I know. That's why I was like, excuse me?
My friend Levi from back home is calling me.
Oh.
So I'll keep it on like, wait a second. How is that possible? Did someone steal his phone?
Steven, how could that be me when I'm standing right here?
Alright.
I guess...
I'm done with what I was saying, so now it's your turn.
Okay. So... I guess I also saw this when it first came out, because I saw it my senior year, because it came out in 2016. I actually heard about this from my mom, because my mom was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this movie called Hush. It's about a deaf girl, yada yada yada. And I was like, okay. And like, she was like, it's a Netflix movie. And I was like, okay. And anyway, my mom likes a lot of movies, even movies that are not good,
Yeah.
like me. But I don't always have agreeing opinions with her. So she was like, oh my god, this movie was so good. And I was like, okay. And one day, I was like, what was that movie that you said was really good? And she was like, ooh, Hush? And I was like, yeah. And so I sat down and I watched it with her. And she was right. I really enjoyed this movie. It was a very unique take, I think. It was very different than most home invasion movies because we don't see movies where, like, obviously we have Don't Breathe, which is about the blind guy that's killing the people that broke into his house, but we never, at least I've never seen a movie about a deaf person that has to deal with a home invasion or a serial killer or something like that. And it was actually a little bit horrifying and actually creepy to me because in the very beginning she's FaceTiming one of her friends and signing with them on her laptop. And her phone is over on the kitchen counter. And the guy breaks into her house. Obviously, she doesn't know that he's there. And she hangs up with her friend, starts working on the book that she's writing, and she gets a text message from herself. And so she looks at it, and the dude took a picture of her from behind the couch and sent it on her phone. And just ends up sending pictures all around her house to her. And it's just a little bit creepy because obviously she doesn't know that someone's in her house because she can't hear them. And he's just manipulating with that. It's a really intense game of cat and mouse.
Like, he manipulates, but also, like, he helps, he make, because, like, it's cat and mouse, but he also puts on a little bit more of, like, a fair playing field, because I realized that I messed up because he realized that she's deaf, and like kind of like puts it on a little bit more playing field. So just like like he makes his presence known, so like for him it can be more fun because the fact that so she can know that he's there and like
because he wants to toy with her.
Yeah,
and it's really creepy because the dude he wears a mask.
Mm-hmm.
And he ends up outside of her house because she locks him out, and she writes down on her window that he doesn't have to do anything, like he doesn't have to kill her. She never saw his face, all that. Well, he reads that and takes the mask off, and basically mouths to her like, "Now there's no excuse for me to not kill you." And it's a little bit creepy. It's a little bit horrifying. And I was surprised at how much I actually enjoyed this film because I don't know. I didn't expect
to enjoy it
as much as I did, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like that was definitely me when I saw it. I, like had no intention of like liking it as much as I did.
Yeah.
But watched it and it was like, this is really good.
Yeah. And it's just because there are scenes where we're hearing things through her ears where we don't hear anything.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's scenes where we're hearing things from the outside world where we actually hear how loud she actually is while she's doing all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And therefore, he can hear her. But like you said, she's very resourceful, very, like, she's a fighter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very interesting to see something like this. there's not a lot of music from what I remember. It's really just very raw. Like you only hear the sounds, the dialogue, all that. So it's very, at least for me, it's very different, and I definitely think it's worth a watch. I got like Halloween vibes from it, like original John Carpenter Halloween vibes.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that because there was not a lot of reliance on gore.
Yeah.
When there was blood, it was necessary.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't go all out with it, and I always preferred that in a horror movie than just all out blood, guts, gore. Like I don't like the Saw movies.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more of a original Halloween, like original Friday the 13th, that kind of stuff. So seeing a movie like this, sort of go back to those roots, I really enjoyed.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's really all I have to say about the movie.
Same here.
So I guess, do we want to go into ratings?
Sure, if you guys are done, yeah.
Yeah.
I'll go. I'll start this. I give this movie I give this one a solid 8. You haven't seen the movie.
I don't need to see it to know that's too high.
Okay. Says with everything you want, we like and you don't care for.
You also don't like horror movies, so
No.
you aren't going to watch any horror movies anyway, so...
This is literally futile.
I'll give Hush a 7.4.
That's a little better.
A little better?
Yeah.
You haven't seen it. You haven't even seen a trailer for it.
I don't need to.
Wow.
It's a horror movie.
Wow. Okay.
It falls in the 6s and 5s.
That's not true. All right. I think we're done for this.
I'm not going to tell that to Aaron Abishon.
Aaron Abishon likes horror films. That's fine. I don't. I'm sure it's good. Not all horror movies are 6s and 5s. The very, very select few.
There are a lot of them that are 6s and 5s.
There's a select few.
Just wait until later tonight.
Oh no, guys.
Yeah.
I'm telling you right now. That's too high.
Yeah.
It
don't
is.
care.
All right. Are we ready to go on break for a little bit?
Yeah. Yeah, we're ready to go on break.
Oh my god!
I am out of it. I am tired.
Yeah, I can tell.
Alright, we'll be right back. We're going to take about a 10-minute break here. We'll be right back, so don't go anywhere. This is the CineManiacs on your station, your voice, the Galaxy Radio. Which one? This one? Oh.
Which one?
Let me turn this off. My eye. Shoot.